Welcome to the third annual Downtown Kingsport Sculpture Walk. Over the past few years, the downtown Kingsport area has undergone a renaissance of new businesses, music, culture, restaurants, and entertainment. Kingsport's third annual Sculpture Walk is brought to you by the City of Kingsport's Cultural Arts Division and is funded under an agreement with the State of Tennessee and the Tennessee Arts Commission and the National Endowment for the Arts. The third time is indeed a charm, and we thank everyone for their support of this vibrant and engaging program. Hank Foreman, from the Turchin Center for the Visual Arts at Appalachian State University, is once again the curator responsible for selecting the new pieces for display in downtown Kingsport. This year, there are 10 new pieces in the Sculpture Walk, beginning at the far end of Broad Street towards Church Circle. The first piece is actually located in the fountain at Glen Park. Quinn, by Trace O'Connor, has a powerful, impressive sense of movement. It is a piece with a sense of tension, layers, and a Baroque or Renaissance feel. It is inspired by nature with a nod to the sea, and the placement in the fountain was chosen to blend it with and enhance that. This sculpture, along with others this year, are eco-friendly as they are made from recycled materials. As we move down Broad Street towards the library, you'll notice Comet by Phil Proctor is often in motion. Comet is what's known as a kinetic sculpture, with the granite, stone, and metal comet pivoting on a single axis in the wind. Proctor enjoys using solid materials in a way that exploits their natural tendencies in a playful way, almost as if the comet could be a vehicle. From this location, the next piece stands out across the street. At first is something Kingsport Beautiful might want to pick up, but it is carefully crafted entirely from materials recycled from the East Tennessee State University Sculpture Studio. Artist Catherine Murray is an instructor in the ETSU Sculpture Program, who sees firsthand the waste generated in the creative process. Catherine created Debris Well to remind us that while we are being creative, we should respect the planet that inspires and sustains us. It's almost as if something is growing soulfully from a nest, emphasizing a feeling of nurturing, sustainability, and possibility. As we travel across New Street, we notice Prism Arc 6 in the circle. Be sure to take note of it at different times of day, as artist Carl Billingsley uses the broad planes to capitalize on the shape's reflection of color, which show how changing light conditions create varying shapes and colors. This was also the original site of the now permanent piece, Yo Muse. As we move towards Center Street, we noticed artist Jarrett Hawkins' beautiful blue turquoise work, Linear 1. As viewers move around Linear 1, they will again notice forms and shapes created by light and shadow, and how shapes in the piece change as viewpoints change. It has an intimate feel and is reminiscent of earlier works in the modernist style. The anodized color is evocative of water and sky, and the way things move in transition through them. Next is the bright and shiny Moray, a kinetic sculpture by artist Marvin Tadlock. It is called Moray because it uses two simultaneous linear patterns to create what is known as a moray or disrupted pattern in the upper discs as the two discs move. It also references linear shapes in common with the human figure. Across Center Street, artist Derek Chalfont's piece, Committed, deals with the human condition of our young people, symbolic of their purity, innocence, and promise, being subjected to the actual and figurative environmental elements such as disrespect, danger, violence, and abuse. It almost seems to be a living rocking chair that can be interpreted many ways as we struggle with balancing commitments to work, family, life, children, and the changes in focus, dependency, and transition through these. On towards Market Street, we notice the stability and balance of artist Kenneth Jarvis' Mandala, created as a three-dimensional representation of the mandalas found in many Eastern religions. This piece is a cast piece with multiple layers. The size and textures allow interaction, and it is both metaphoric, contemporary, and anthropologic. Towards the train station, Breakaway by Bill Brown stands to relate and translate the realities of heart, soul, and thought. This is a traditional display of a three-dimensional form using different materials to create tension and movement alongside materials and shapes of permanence and solidity. And on the other corner, Bridge Bench by artist Greg Mueller illustrates social needs like communication and resolution by connecting opposing benches with a bridge. It is made from reclaimed materials, as Greg enjoys mixing in historical or found pieces to inform his work. Greg also likes producing pieces that can be used with dance, and in fact, Bridge Bench was used as a prop in a dance production. The current temporary pieces in the exhibit are located in downtown Kingsport, on or around Broad Street from Church Circle to the train station. However, on the way into downtown from Wilcox Drive, at the intersection of Sullivan and Main Streets, you will notice the new gateway sculpture, Sounds of the Elements, by artist Hannah Gibran. This permanent piece addresses the concept of time, space, balance, and movement to create its own space influenced by its surroundings, as well as announcing to those who enter downtown Kingsport, we are a community that values art. Also, at another entrance to downtown, from Fort Henry Drive near Eastman Road, and across from the beautiful new Veterans Memorial, Virginia artist Charlie Bauer's appropriately titled piece, Hello Goodbye, uses natural woods like locust to greet visitors and patrons of the arts. This piece was purchased by Rogers Petroleum to be near the park and Zoomer's location. Off of Center Streets at the Renaissance Center, Sky Wedge by New York artist Glen has a real sense of monument and connects the earth and sky with steel and glass. This piece was purchased following the initial sculpture walk by Mrs. Alice Frederick for the city of Kingsport. Another permanent piece by Hannah Gibran is the Four Elements, located in the circle at Market and Broad Streets. His sculptures are interesting in whole and in detail, as he spends much time surfacing his pieces so you can see their interaction with the elements like water and wind. This piece was purchased by John and Angela Vachon and the Kingsport Public Art Fund for the city of Kingsport. Yo Muse by Mike Roig is a great kinetic piece located in the circle at Watauga and Ravine Streets. It was purchased by Jennifer and Larry Egan, Harry and Pat Turner, Judy Fisher, the Kingsport Public Art Fund, and anonymous donations for the city of Kingsport. Embrace by Chattanooga artist Samuel Burns is located in the same location as last year when it was a part of the temporary exhibit at the Downtown Kingsport Association. Embrace was purchased anonymously for them. Samuel began as a photographer and enjoys incorporating light and shadow in his pieces to evoke and represent emotions in a sculptural expression. All of these pieces add to the beauty of Kingsport and act as suitable salutations to the other temporary pieces on display in the 2009 Sculpture Walk.